Hi everyone, Meteorologist Danielle Noyes here. This is your Insights video, and there's a lot I want to cover today, so let's dive in. 3 brush fires I want to point out, the hot spots you see in red here on the map. One near Coventry, Connecticut, the next near Houghton's Pond area, Blue Hill, Milton, and another near Boxford that is extending areas of moderate to thick smoke with that northwest wind off of the brush fires here in portions of Essex County, Danvers, Beverly, Salem, next stretching back down to Marblehead. So if you're traveling in and around these areas and the additional brush fires as well, you're going to notice the smoke, air quality a little reduced in some of these areas as well. We could use some rain over the last 24 hours. It's generally been in the central United States, all the way from the Midwest, stretching back down to the Gulf, where some of the highest totals between 2 and 4 inches have come down in portions of Louisiana and down near Alabama and Mississippi, extending into that area. That will be the case again today in some of those spots. We have had a little bit of rain in the Pacific Northwest in the last 24 hours, but we are just getting going. We've got a ripping jet coming in off the Pacific, bombogenesis, a bomb cyclone developing here, rapid intensification of a storm that will be coming into the Pacific Northwest today. You can see that counterclockwise spin. It's going to be strengthening here, just starting to come in here on the eastern side of the storm, and that will remain the case today, tomorrow, next few days with very active weather. This is a very colorful map, right? Watches, warnings, advisories, and we've got a little bit of everything from blizzard warnings in portions of Washington through the afternoon tomorrow to high wind warnings with gusts 60 to 80 miles per hour as this storm comes in through the interior and at the coastline of Oregon. Flood watches extending into Northern California. And with cold air coming in too, we've got freeze warnings that are expiring later on this afternoon. So lots to watch out over the West Coast. Rainfall forecast over the next 48 hours. You can look at the legend here at the top. It's a widespread 1 to 3 inches in many areas, but some of these deeper oranges, reds, and purples you see here will be 4, 5, 6, localized 8 inches of rainfall. And you saw Matt show you the Insights map yesterday with snowfall, where we'll be measuring it with elevation in feet, 3 to 4 feet in some of the summits out across portions of Northern California extending into Washington. All right, so that's the storm out over the west. We also have this area of low pressure in the Gulf, and that's going to enhance rainfall in some of those areas again today. Severe threat is generally slight, so that means isolated to scattered, a few storms extending from Gulfport, Mississippi, up near Mobile, and then over towards the western portion of the panhandle of Florida. An isolated storm or two may extend farther north into northern Alabama or Georgia and into portions of Tennessee and western North Carolina today. So there'll be some downpours. You'll hear of some severe weather popping up in those areas today. That system will spread east during the day tomorrow, and eventually that's some of the moisture that's going to be working in our direction by the time we get to Thursday with that area of low pressure over southern New England. Pretty quiet weather in the central United States for Thursday. Storminess still out over the west with additional areas of low pressure coming into the west coast. All right, let's zoom in here in New England. It's quiet today, aside from that critical fire danger. Tomorrow, the wind will be lighter. It's more out of the east, generally less than 10 miles per hour. Sunshine, some increasing clouds by the time we get to the evening and overnight. And then on Thursday, rain moves in. It's been a while since we've been able to say it's kind of a cool, raw, rainy day. Digging back out the wet weather gear here. Rain arrives during the course of the morning in southern and western New England. By midday, it's raining in a lot of spots in central, western, southern New England. Drier the farther north you go, but that rain will advance over the course of the evening. Then with this area of low pressure right over us, there may be a little bit of drier air that comes in and tapers the rain off to some scattered showers by the time we get to the evening. With colder air coming in too, this will be an elevation-dependent wet snow that starts to mix in by Thursday evening and night. And with that area of low pressure kind of lingering over us on Friday, some additional wet snow may fall with elevation. That is the key with this event, particularly above about 1,000 or 1,500 feet heading into Friday too. Still a lingering shower possible on Saturday, but I'm not totally convinced. Some of this may actually be farther to the east. So we'll keep that threat for a shower in on Saturday, although I do think most of the weekend will be dry for many of us, aside from a few passing showers. So the greatest chance of picking up some of this measurable rain is during the day on Thursday. 1/2 inch to as much as 1 inch in southern New England. Notice, don't focus on the exact number, but in general, anywhere you go in the southern half of New England has about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. The farther north you go, it will be less, either side of about 1/4 inch, less across far northern and central Maine. And that will be welcome news. So with the highest totals in southern New England where the drought conditions are worse, It will not be a drought-busting rain by any means, but we will take what we can get. And it's been, for some spots, if you saw on social media last evening, we posted it, about 100 days since we've seen a half an inch of rain or more in terms of daily rainfall in some portions of southern New England. Okay, let's take you through the numbers the next few days. Wednesday's highs topping out in the 50s. Again, sunshine, a few clouds in far southwestern New England. The clouds increase Wednesday night. Overnight lows generally running in the upper 30s to lower 40s. Light wind out of the east, generally around 5 miles per hour. Thursday's a wet, raw feel. That wind off the ocean will be in the 50s for the South Shore, Cape, and South Coast, but many of us are stuck in the upper 40s. Definitely kind of chilly, damp. Have the umbrella or raincoat with you with these pockets of rain around. Definitely during the morning and the afternoon, tapering off to showers during the evening. By Thursday night and Friday, we get some of those wet snowflakes to mix in with elevation, and that may continue during the day on Friday. But notice, we're 42 in Bennington, we're 40 in Pittsfield. So this is elevation dependent, right? So some of these numbers may be a little bit on the higher side. We may be talking about mid to upper 30s. That being said, it's still above freezing. So a lot of this will be melting mid to upper 40s the farther east you come. And then we're generally in the 40s to around 50 as we head into the day on Saturday as well. Greatest chance of some pockets of rain would be across far eastern Maine. So it's a little too early to give snowfall accumulation map. You saw Matt yesterday show some of the maps to be wary of, exact models, right? So we'll have that for you in the days to come, kind of pinpoint it down. Again, elevation dependence here with some of the wet snow that's going to mix in for Thursday night and during the day on Friday. We'll keep you posted on any changes, of course, always on our website, social media, and our free app. Have a great day.